Hi Kogeri, it is an honor for me for have you here in Singapore. First of all, congratulations karena udah tembus TI setelah 5 tahun. How do you feel?
Of course, seneng banget, gue happy banget kayak kita akhirnya bisa ke TI. In terms of the overall result, to be honest, we're very disappointed to finish 9-12. I think if you look at the year altogether, I think we expect to do way better than 9-12. I think we set a realistic goal of finishing top 4 and playing tomorrow, which we didn't hit. But it depends on how you ask me, right? Yeah. If you ask me how was the year, of course we're happy. We won an international event in Dubai. We were very dominant in Southeast Asia. I don't think we lost a single tournament that we played in. The only one we lost is because of a freaking blackout. Because if not, we would have 7-0 and wouldn't lose the tiebreaker and finish second. So the year is great. And if you ask us in group stage, would you be happy to finish 9-12? Of course, we would be very happy. But again, you know, now when it's all settled, a bit more settled, we're not looking back on it, pretty disappointed, right? Because I think in Dota, at the end of the day, you're judged on TI, right? So
yeah. Speaking of the truth that we had 1.42% the probability to qualify from group stage, and you overcome the odds.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think during this TI we came, like I said, with a pretty high expectation. But honestly, I think it's pretty realistic top 4, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe if you actually look at the games in day 1, I think we played pretty good, even though it was 1-5. I think, you know, if we played the same games again, we could have easily been 5-1, right?
Yeah.
Against OG, we were leading both games. Against RNG, we threw like a 96.4% Dota win probability. So, you know, another day could have been 5-1 for us instead of 1-5. And I think because we had high expectation and day 1 we fell short, we you know, indirectly put more pressure on ourselves to do better the second day, which made us play worse. And it's like, you know, like a snowball effect. But then on the last day, we just told our team, like, you know, play more free. We honestly didn't expect to go through. So literally, like, I remember Mushi was telling me, like, when he came to the room, he just said, you know, guys, like, we're already dead. You know, don't think about playoffs. Like, just play your best. If we go out, at least against EG, show some fight lah. So you're not disappointed yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's it's a lot of our first TI, so at least go out like with a bang, you know. And Lord and behold, God was favoring us, so we had a tiebreaker, and then honestly, we came to the tiebreaker. We're very confident because I mean we 2-0'd EG, and I know that Sonics must have felt pretty bad because they just needed a win, which they couldn't do, and arguably against easier opponents than the one we had to do, right? So we knew the tiebreaker was going to be easier, and then honestly, Spirit were pretty confident too. But yeah, LGD is LGD. What can you do?
I mean, yeah. Speaking of the fact that you have better result against Spirit other than PSG LGD. Were you confident with the head-to-head previously against
with Spirit?
BOOM Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty confident. Like this year, we haven't really lost them, even though they won a major. No offense to them too. I think. I mean, they were in the lower bracket for a reason, right? They also weren't like, you know, they weren't like popping off, you know, per se. And it's a best of 1, and I think, you know, we are a good enough team to be able to beat anyone in a best of 1. I mean, we're good enough to beat anyone.
Yeah.
So in a best of 1, like, who knows, right? We're also bad enough to lose to anyone, apparently. But you know, in a best of 1, it's like, we'll take our chances, right? And yeah, I think we got the draft. I think the Beastmaster last pick was a good counter pick. I think talking to our team after the game, I think they wanted to pick it, and they assumed it was going to be FBZ Mars, but we flexed him to mid, and I think we picked what they wanted the last pick, which was the Beastmaster. So I think we came out ahead in that sense. So yeah, I mean, when we got the draft, we were very confident that we were going to win the game.
Yeah, because everyone is thought that Mars was supposed to be FBZ hero, and then suddenly the Beastmaster is the last pick. Yeah, I mean, it's a surprise for me as well, actually.
Yeah, but actually in the groups, I think Japoy actually played more Mars than FBZ this tournament.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
again, in group stage, everyone is playing, so I don't think you can watch all the games.
Yeah.
So and I mean FBZ is known for his Mars, so
Yeah.
it makes sense. But yeah, we got him.
Yeah. Speaking of game 2 against PSG LGD at the lower bracket, I remember that Boom was leading all the way, and then
Yes.
suddenly was like one
Yeah,
counter fight and lost the whole match, whole game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to the team after, and we were disappointed in ourselves. I think we didn't know that we were leading by that much. So when we lost that triangle fight, we thought we were weaker than we actually were. Because after that, we were actually still like 4K lead or something like that. But the team felt that it was like even, so we played a bit more safe. So obviously, you know, when you're playing, you don't have the data, right?
Yeah.
So we knew we messed up, and Japoy made a bit of an uncharacteristic mistake with the torrent. If we hit that torrent, we would have won the triangle, and we would have got Roshan, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's Dota, right? This happens in Dota. Crazier things has happened. You saw the Thunder Awaken Liquid, for example. So that's the beauty of Dota, and unfortunately, we couldn't close it. Maybe the effect of game 1, like getting beat so badly, played into like us playing a bit more safe than usual, but yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, your team is top 12 in the world right now, and then the best team in Southeast Asia, arguably. Yeah. Speaking of defying the odds, like 1.42%. So what is next for you and your team?
We honestly as everyone knows, after TI, there's always going to be, like big roster mania shuffle. People are going to talk with everyone. So we don't know what we're going to do yet. We haven't. In the next coming days, I would speak to the players individually, one-on-one, and see what their thoughts are. Kind of review the year all together. We've had a team talk, but obviously, when you're talking with 7 people, it's going to be a bit different than one-on-one. So once we have that talk, then I think I have a better picture. I know for sure we'll be in Dota. If you ask me, of course, I want to run it back because we were so dominant in C, and I think, and honestly, we won Dubai, which was a world championship, so we have what it takes to win. So for me, I would want to run it back, but I'll have to see what the players and the coach thinks.
5 years of trying, and finally you make your dream come true. Is there anything that you want to say to everyone who had a same dream or another dream?
Yeah, of course, thank you for the support, right? Especially those that's, let's say, Indonesian, everyone, the comments are not so nice to us, especially when everyone is going full mobile and we're like in Dota, they call us stupid, they call us idealistic and all that stuff. Now what, right? Now everybody wish they were me. Mimo TV left. I know you guys are all sad, so I'm in a good place right now. I'm really happy. I stuck with I stuck with my guns. And yeah, I mean, like you said, it took 5 years for an Indo org, for a new org like us to be where we are. Because it's not easy, right? Our competition is the world. We're going against Liquid, Fnatic, we're going against, EG, for example, right? So it's always going to be harder, but when you make it, it's much more sweeter also, right? Us being here, us standing here, I'm standing, shoulder to shoulder. I'm sitting next to the EG owners, to the TSM owners. These are pretty, people that I think I wouldn't have met if I wasn't doing what I was doing. So it's a great feeling, and I've met so many people. And this year, because we went to our first major, which was the first time I met people internationally. They're really nice to me. They're really welcoming, and it's been great. And obviously TI this year, there's a lot of problems with it, the battle pass, and I don't necessarily blame Valve for it too, because with COVID it's really hard to plan, right? And I hope the viewers to understand that, with COVID, you never know, right? What if a new variant came last month? Yeah. You never know, right? So, try to think from a realistic point of view, right? Don't think from your computer. You think from your computer, of course, I should have been like this, should have been like that, but think about the situation of the world, right? We have a war, we have COVID, it's still ongoing, new variants and all that stuff. So, I think the fact that they could even do a TI is already pretty amazing, right? They did 3 majors, pretty amazing. So, and I know they're gonna do another one next year. I think that's confirmed, right?
Yeah, it is.
They're doing DPC next year, so yeah. So as long as there's still TI, we'll play for it. People say, it's the worst TI, blah blah blah. It's still a $20 million fucking event, bro. Like, why are you complaining? It's $20 million. Like,
well, yeah.
like how are you complaining? You know, it's still a $20 million event. So we're happy. We're definitely happy to be here. Really happy to everyone that came out to. I know I met a couple of you in the arena. I met a couple of you in the hotel. I met a couple of you when we're walking with the team and whatever. And you guys have been great, very supportive. And yeah, sorry again that we couldn't play tomorrow in the big stage, but you know, we'll be back next year for sure.
To be honest, I kind of regret that I cannot watch your team at stage. I really regret.
But I regret I can't watch my team in the stage. But
well, yeah.
it's competition. What can you do?
I mean, from 5-man Indonesian, and then you now have 1-man Indonesian. I remember that your tweet that there's only one Indo person who will live with your dream.
Yeah.
What do you think about FBZ?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's an amazing guy. I mean, you don't have to ask what I think. You have to ask what the world thinks, right? He's proven that. I mean, we always held him in high regards in terms of being one of the best offlaners, right?
Yeah.
Of course, this year everybody agrees. I think it's hard for someone to name a better offlaner than him, especially in C, right?
Yeah.
Did he change much from last year? I don't think so. He had newer teammates, arguably better teammates, but I think his skill was always been there, right? And yeah, of course, I'm very thankful for people to believe in me, right? I've always said this, I think in interviews, like I wanted to build a team around more Indonesians, but he was the one that was willing to commit from day one. So, you know, and if anything, I'm also happy that I could give back to him. I can give TI to him too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, your trust was not wasted, you know? That makes me feel good about this whole thing, like me and him, you know? Because like, if we didn't go to TI or we failed, then you know, it's like, I feel bad, you trusted me. Technically, we're supposed to be in Division 2, right?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. We were supposed to be in Division 1, so
you were Division 2.
I would feel really bad if we didn't achieve what we did this year. But I think we're both happy where we are today, right?
Yeah.
He made the right decision, clearly. I also made the right decision to stick with him. And yeah, I mean, for me, it was an easy decision because everybody wanted FBZ as an offlaner, so it was an easy decision for me.
Yeah.
It was much harder for him because he had a lot of other offers, and for him to choose us I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean, he is the best offlaner, if I can say, in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And then it is an honor for me and everyone here to see your team playing at the biggest esports event in the world. I hope you guys best of luck, and then maybe next TI. Hopefully we can meet at next TI.
For sure, we'll be here next year. For sure, I guarantee you, we'll be here again next year.
Hopefully, you guarantee that you send Team Spirit home, and I hope you guarantee next.
Yeah. There's a reason I didn't make the guarantee with LGD because I wasn't that confident. But Spirit, I was confident, so I dared to tweet.
Yeah.
But that one, I wasn't that confident. But like I said, it's a best of one.
Yeah.
You know, in a best of 3, it's harder. People adjust. But in a best of 1, we were like, and we had the momentum. We just did a 1.42%. Like, I mean, if you guys remember, I think we were the only. You know how like the first place picks 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think Fnatic didn't pick us, even though we were 8th. They picked Gaming, which was 7th, right?
Yeah.
Technically, much better than us in groups, which made sense. I mean, we had all the momentum in our side, so we were riding the confidence, right? Oh my God, like we just did a 1.42%, like, you know, come on, Team Spirit.
Yeah.
If that was LGD in the best of 1, I'd probably tweet, but it was the best of 3. Calm down a bit.
Yeah.
Let's calm down a bit. So.
I mean, LGD being LGD, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Team Spirit are great guys, by the way, guys. Like, you guys have to know, like the whole meme. They're just joking. They're great guys. I spoke to them. I partied with them. They're very nice guys. They're not as they're nice guys. They don't have anything against us. Like Yatoro was just joking. But you media love it, so you guys hype up what you hype up.
I actually wish I can interview like Team Spirit or Liquid, but I don't think
they're really friendly. I mean, this is what I was surprised, to be honest, just to share a bit with you guys.
Yeah.
This is my first international. I always hear that, you know, from the outside, like, Dota teams or players are very close and stuff like that. But I have a lot of fun, you know. I think they're just, a lot of them are shy people, so you got to approach them. But if you approach them, they're very nice. I haven't seen like someone, like, you know, somebody stops them and be like, can I take a picture? And they're like, I'm busy kind of thing. I've never seen that. They're all very nice guys, and everyone's friendly to each other, players. Yeah, it's a great team.